What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the extra points week 5 hits and misses from our 5-minute fantasy. So we're going to start off with the hits on the booms. The guys who we said were going to do well and absolutely did. Rhamondre Stevenson versus Detroit. Unfortunately, his running mate got banged up in the same game, so he wasn't able to finish. But Rhamondre Stevenson, he had a great game. Same with David Montgomery against Minnesota. All these guys. Gabe Davis went off. That one made me happy. Chris Olave was having a great game, but he exited early. Tyler Higbee against Dallas, again, same thing. He went off. A lot of catches. Denver and San Fran, really great defensive choices there. Now, our misses on the boom, unfortunately, were a few more, right? So we had a lot of guys who we said were going to do great and they just didn't for one reason or another. They let us down. Chris Godwin, he had 11 points. Michael Pittman did absolutely nothing. The Green Bay and New Orleans and Jacksonville and Minnesota defense, that one really hurt me. The fact that I think I only got 1 out of the 4 starting defenses right. But what we do have on the good news is that our hits for the bust, that list was even bigger. All these guys that we said were going to do booty cheeks did absolutely nothing. T. Higgins, it might be a little unfair. He was coming in a little banged up. But Rashad Penny, unfortunately with him, same situation. He had to leave the game early due to a catastrophic injury. But guys like Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, we said they were going to do poorly, and they did just because they were bad. Miami, Cincinnati, Tennessee, all relatively good defenses that had bad performances. A bunch of tight ends, Pat Freiermuth, T.J. Hockenson, Dalton Schultz, and George Kittle, absolutely dominating this list. And then our misses on the bust, such a small list. I love this one. I said Marcus Mariota was going to do poorly. He actually had a really good game. Jeff Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Dameon Pierce, they really burned me. So did DK Metcalf. He does that a lot. And Zach Ertz versus Philly, he had a much better game than I had anticipated. I thought that the revenge game wasn't going to go as well for him as it did. But this puts our season standings right here. You see see where it's at, 26 out of 45. Those are pretty good numbers. Wide receivers, I like to take pride in. I did a little bit better with the running backs, actually, than I did with the wide receivers. Tight ends was my best category so far. But overall, we're over 50%. I want to try to stay around 60%. I mean, I'd like to stay around 100%, but that's not realistic. So the number by the end of the season that we're shooting for is that 60% mark. But here's what we're looking at for week 5, and stay up to date. Get ready for week 6. That's going to be coming out tomorrow morning, not right before, but it's going to be coming out tomorrow morning before the Thursday night football game even comes up. So be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. How did your fantasy matchup go? Stay up to date on all of our future content.